Hi, I'm Rocky Dickerson with Realty One Group. This is the Summerlin Real Estate Market Report for June 2022. Well, a lot occurred in the month of June. We've got some prices going down as much as 35% in some regions of Summerlin. And at the same time, some prices in some of the regions are going up over 50%. So there's a lot of market segmentation that is definitely occurring right now. So let's take a look at the full picture of the Summerlin Real Estate Market Report for June 2022.
So much activity for the Summerlin regions. What we saw in the month of June. Let's start with the central region of Summerlin. 143 houses available at the end of the month. 33 were in escrow, 6 expired, and 54 had sold. Now, taking a look at the pricing had reduced by 22% for the homes that were on the market, had reduced by 35% for the homes in escrow, reduced by 5% for the homes that had expired, and had increased by 78% for those that had actually closed escrow. Great month and a great example of market segmentation. The condominiums and townhomes, 42 were available, 4 in escrow, 1 expired, and 14 sold. Of those sold, they were still roughly about the same price that they were the month previous. This is a great sign. Now, taking a look from Summerlin going into the Summerlin Hills region, we see 1 home available, 2 in escrow, and 1 sold. As far as the price differential, that was a 22% decrease in the home available on the market. However, a huge increase for the home that had actually closed escrow in the Summerlin Hills region. So, going from Summerlin Hills, let's take a look next at the region of Summerlin North. Summerlin North experienced a huge amount of activity. 80 houses available at the end of the month, 17 in escrow, 1 expired, and 30 had sold. As far as the pricing, the homes on the market had decreased by 11%. The homes in escrow had decreased by 19%. The homes that had expired decreased by 66%. And the homes that had actually sold had increased by 5%. The condominiums and townhomes, 12 were available at the end of the month. 6 were in escrow, 1 had expired, and 7 had sold. For this region, what we see is a 6% decrease in the sales price of the condominiums and townhomes that sold in Summerlin North compared to just the previous month. However, the homes that were available in the market increased by 16%. We need to watch market segmentation very closely for the Summerlin North region. Going from Summerlin North, we look at Summerlin South. Houses, there were 66 available at the end of the month, 22 were in escrow, 2 had expired, and 32 had sold. Taking a look at the pricing, the sales prices had actually increased by 26%. However, the price of the homes that were on the market had decreased by 21%. We need to look very closely at what happens with market segmentation for Summerlin South in the coming month. For condominiums and townhomes, we saw at the end of the month there were 13 available, 1 in escrow, and 1 had sold. Taking a look at the pricing, the one that had sold was 6% less than what we saw for the previous month average. However, of those that were up on the market, there was a decrease of 35% compared to just May of this year. So again, market segmentation can be a huge factor, especially going into the month of July. Going from Summerlin South, next we're going to take a look at the region of Summerlin West. Summerlin West, we ended the month with 121 houses available, 21 were in escrow, 10 had expired, and 47 had sold. On the pricing, the ones that had sold had actually decreased in value by 4%. The ones that are on the market had only decreased by 2%. So this is staying fairly stable for the Summerlin West region. Looking at their condominiums and townhomes, what we find, there were 10 available at the end of the month, 3 were in escrow, and 3 had sold. As far as the pricing, the sales prices had actually increased by 1%, although the pricing of those that were on the market had decreased by 2%. This is a stable market, and yet we may see some of the segmentation of the marketplace occur in Summerlin West in the coming month. From this region, let's take a look at Sun City Summerlin. With this area, there were 60 houses available at the end of the month, with 19 in escrow, 5 had expired, and 38 had sold and closed escrow. Looking at what had happened to the valuations, those houses that closed escrow had increased in value by 7%. Those that were on the market had decreased by 10%. Looking at their condominiums and townhomes, there were 29 available at the end of the month. 5 were in escrow and 20 had sold. Looking at their valuations, we see the sold condominiums had increased by 2%, but those on the market had decreased by 13%. So a lot of activity happening in many of the regions of Summerlin. We're seeing much more inventory. We're seeing a softening of the prices, and definitely we are starting to see a lot more of the market segmentation. That's going to be a huge factor for the month of July. For more information about how this may affect you and your Summerlin properties, give me a call, Rocky Dickerson, at 702-743-7625, or email rocky@rockysalesvegas.com. And please be sure to subscribe to my video channel.